Alors bonjour, bonsoir tout le monde. Alors j'espère que vous allez tous bien. Je ne sais pas chez vous, mais chez nous, il a fait un temps vraiment splendide aujourd'hui. J'ai même réussi à faire une promenade avec mon chien et c'était formidable. Il fallait bien parce que c'est vrai que rester à la maison tout le temps, c'est fatigant à la fin pour tout le monde, hein. Alors c'est très important d'essayer de sortir un petit peu, de prendre l'air et de vraiment toujours respecter les consignes données par le gouvernement parce que c'est dans nos intérêts que tout soit bien respecté, hein, que ces règles soient bien respectées. So, good evening, all of you. I hope that you're well. What I want to look at today is I want to look at two or three things, right? I want to look at how to write dates in French. I want to look at how to write phone numbers in French. And I want to look at how you write websites, right? Now, I said in the introduction, I wrote that this video was suitable to both junior and Leaving Cert students. Now, I'm just going to clarify that by saying that if you're an ordinary level Leaving Cert student or a fifth year student, this will definitely be of use to you. If you're an honours student, what I often find with honours students is they're excellent, they have a very, very good understanding of French, but they sometimes fall down in the little things, okay? So that's really important to make a note of, okay? So it would be no harm for all of you to watch this. It'll be a little bit of, I suppose, revision for those of you that have done it before, and just a little bit of revision on your numbers, and then just to show you a few rules about using dates in French and how you write them, okay? So that's really important. Most of the time, students will know how to write their own date of birth, their own year, but when it comes to other dates, they just don't know. And the problem is that if it comes up in a listening, they are lost as to why is it the way it is, okay? So if I'm going to just show you this, right? The first number that I'm going to write on the board, right, or on the page is, let's say, 1984, right? So you see so we're obviously starting with dates here, right? So if I'm using the English system, what I do is I cut my date in two and I give the first two numbers first, then the second two. So I say 1984. That's how I do it. What often happens, I find with students, is they try and use that logic to translate in French. And when they get it wrong, they're a little bit confused as to why they've got it wrong, okay? So basically what you need to realize for the French, okay, is they don't look at it as 1984. They look at it as, sorry, that should have been a little bit more spaced out, so I think I might space it out a bit more. They look at it this way. They look at it 1984. That is the way the French would do it. They would go 1984. So if you look at the date at the very top here, I've it done for you. And the date I'm looking at is 1919, okay, for what? There's no relevancy for me picking this date above all others. I suppose I just wanted to show you that instead of saying what I've heard students say, which is 19, it's completely wrong. What they need to be saying is 1919. So that would give you your 1919. Now, I want to draw your attention to a few things, right? You would have known, or you would have learned, that the word mille would have been spelt this way, Mille, right? And an interesting thing, if you're talking about dates and you want to use, you know, the Christian era or before Christ and after, you know, Anno Domini, well, what it is, right, is if you're saying that it was 1,000 years before Christ, you would use mille or common Christian era or common whatever it is. But anything after the year of our Lord would be spelt MIL. So that's really, really important, the way actually there is a change there. So that would be anything post the common era or Jesus Christ, okay? And this would be pre, okay? So you'd spell mille pre there, okay? And I know that's just a little bit of confusion. To be honest with you, unless you're going to go into archaeology or doing a degree in history or something with French, you're not going to really use the old way of speaking, okay? You really are the old form of spelling. So the one that I'll expect that you should know is the mil, M-I-L, okay? So that'll be really, really important. That is, from now on, if you're talking about dates, that is the way you spell 1000, mil, okay? And you don't say un mille or deux mille, you just say mille. 1900. Now note, now this is interesting. There is no S in cent here, even though there's 900, right? There's no S on it. I have actually seen it with the S and I've seen it without. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know. I think that this would be more correct, okay? So 1900, and then you just say simply 1919. So I'm going to put one up for you now, and I'm going to see how you get on with it, okay? So the date I'm going to give you is 1716, right? So 1716 is the date I would like you to try. So you try it at home, and I will try it. I have a good chance of getting it right, we'd hope. And I'm going to try it here, and we'll see how we get on, okay? So, done? Okay, let's have a look. So what it should be is not 1716 the way we'd say it. The French would say 1716, which would give you 1716. Do you see that? 1716. So there are your dates. Now let's say that, now this is interesting. Let's say it was 1211. 1211, right? That's another weird kind of a date, 1211. So what would you write for that? You do again your meal, then you would do your meal there, then you would do your 200 and 11 for 11. 1211, okay? So that would be important. I'm going to show you one more. Let's say, and I don't know, I keep thinking this was the year of the Battle of Clontarf. I bet you I'm wrong. I thought it was 1064. But I listen, there are historians among you, I'm sure, that could tell me. So what do you do when you have 1,000, but you've no 100? Do you do 0, 100? No, you don't. You just go 1064. 1064. 1064. 1064. That's all you do. Okay? So there's just a little quick look at dates, okay? Now, it's really important if you wanted to say, I was born on a certain day, right? I was born on the 10th of July, 1974, right? On the 10th of July, 1974. Now, I know that it's kind of a while back, but 1974. Just want to show you how you do that, okay? So I was born here. I was born on the 10th of July, 1974. How do you say I was born? Well, it's from the verb naître, okay? So we're going to do it in the past tense, okay? And I just want to show you the reason I'm doing this is because I want to kind of show you another thing that'll be useful for postcards and stuff, okay? And obviously, I'm writing this all the way out. You don't always need to do that, okay? You don't always have to write the date fully like that. A lot of the time, you'll just write the numbers. But it's really important for you to know this, okay? And I'm just going to show you because it's important for you to get a grasp of it, okay? Okay. So it's down at the very end, my apologies. So I'm going to lift it up there. So, je suis né. Now, note that I have an E in brackets. That's if you're feminine, you'd put an extra E. Le 18, or le 10 juillet. Le, on the. They don't say the on. They just say the. Je suis né le 10 juillet 1974. Because remember, 74, it's 60 plus 14. I can do an extra or a separate Insta Live on, or excuse me, Facebook Live on all of the different numbers if you want, and that's no problem. I can do that. But for the moment, that's not where we're at. Okay, we're looking at dates. Okay, so dates are important. The next thing that I said I was going to look at would be phone numbers. Right now, let me explain a little bit why I'm doing this. Okay. If you look on the state examinations sample paper for the junior cycle, you will note that they're asking for, look at this, they're asking for somebody's telephone number, okay? Now note in French, okay, that all numbers, okay, all mobile numbers begin with 06, okay? Now before, if you were listening to CDs or tapes from years and years ago, you'd have maybe 03 there, which I think is Marseille, 01 would have been Paris, 02 would have been some other part of France, 04, 05. And then they introduced, when mobile phones came out, they are les portables, as they're known as in French. They are portable phones, like les portables. They put in 06, and the 06 is to show that it's a mobile phone, okay? So that's really important. So most of the numbers in French now for the junior cycle and for the leaving cert, if they're giving you a mobile number, it will be a 06, okay? 06 something something, okay? Now, they normally give a number or two, but what's important is to realize for numbers, you know the way we would say, okay, what's your number? 087 483 123, whatever it is, right? But it's always an 087, 086, 083, 085, whatever the number is, right? And the French is 06, right? But what the French do is their numbers, they cut their numbers in two, okay? So watch what happens, okay? If I look at this number, okay, this is a phone number, and what the French would say, they'd say 06 17 83 16 72. So it'll be 06 17 83 16 72. So you see what they've done? They're saying 06 17 83 16 72. That's how they do it. So we're going to do a quick one here, and we'll see how you get on with this, okay? Now it's going to be 06. There's no point me changing the prefix, you know, the very start, because I know that it's going to be always the same, okay? It's going to be that. I would imagine at this stage, they're not going to worry too much about using landlines, okay? So here in the second one, it's 06 29 28 87 97. I've obviously chosen the last two numbers because they're pretty difficult, okay? So it is 06 29 28 87, which is 4 20s plus 7. 80, don't ask, they're numbers. It's like doing maths. 87, and then here it would be 4 20s plus 17. So 97, 97. So here you've got 87, 87, 97, 97. So that is just a little quick whistle-stop tour of numbers. Again, they will ask you it. Will they ask it you in the leaving cert? They could well do, because they may call out a number for a restaurant, for example, and you have to figure out which number, which restaurant they're talking about, okay? So it's important that you know your numbers anyway. It'll be one of the key things that you need to know at both junior and leaving cert, okay? So that's really important. And the last thing that I want to show you today, okay, again, it's from the sample paper from the State Examinations Commission. A lot of the time before, right, in the old junior cert, okay, they would ask for your name if you're making a reservation, or your name if you were going to the doctor's surgery or something like that, right? And it was to test your letters and to test your knowledge of the alphabet and all the rest of it, okay? So now what they've done is they've moved on a little bit with the times, and they've said, okay, what we're going to do is we're still checking the letters, okay? Like I said, I attended cluster meetings for MFL, for modern foreign languages, and as I always said, look, the French language has not changed, okay? It's the form, it's the way they're asking has changed slightly, but to be honest with you, if you were at home and you're a junior cert student, we know that we don't know what's happening really, okay? But let's imagine you did have to do some form of assessment in May or next September, I don't know, right? But let's imagine you to do something. You can go to, if you don't have the exam papers, imagine you left on the 12th or the 13th of March and you'd no exam papers. So you don't have exam papers at home, and you're kind of saying to your parents, oh, but sure, what's the point? There's no junior cert, new junior cert. There is no problem practicing on the old junior cert papers because the French language has not changed, nor will it ever change, okay? So you will still need the same knowledge of vocabulary, the same knowledge of verbs. So it's a really, really good starting point for you is to go and look at those online, okay? That's really, really important. Go into examinations.ie, the State Examinations Commission's website, and you will find all the past. If you go into Material Archive, you will find all the past papers from the Junior Cert French exam. Go through them, download one, take a look at it, try and do some of the questions on it. Because, and even if you don't do the questions, take a piece of paper and write down some vocabulary from it, look up the vocabulary. Then once you've looked up, say, okay, should that go under family? Should it go under fruit? Should it go under veg? Should it go under directions? Do you know what I mean? And that's really what you need to be doing, okay? You should never be stuck. With the internet, we have everything at our disposal, okay? Now, talking of websites, okay? So if you're looking for a website, okay, the important thing is they're the very same format, okay? It's, if you can see it there, right? They're giving you a website and they're asking you to fill it in, okay? So I'm going to go with this one that you may or may not have heard of, okay? And we're going to spell it out together. And the reason we are is because I need to show you how the French say certain things, okay? All right, one moment. And there'd be no apostrophe, right? Just let's say, okay. Right, so this is the website, okay? So how they do it is they say the three W's, W, W, W. And dot, we say www dot blah, 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 dot IE, right? Dot in French is point, point, like point. So www.FRENCHNOTES, and then for .ie they say .IE. Now the IE is really, the I is .IE. So the I is E and the E is E. Okay, so it's www.FRENCHNOTES.IE. And then if it was a French website, note that here it would change to .fr, because it is a French website. So to be www. I just made this up, obviously, but I bet you there's one. .LANGLAIS.fr. All right, so that's really important for you to know. Your websites, could you be asked about websites? Yes, you could. You could be asked to fill in the name of a website. Your dates are really important, and your phone numbers. So your numbers, your dates, and your websites, really important, okay? Just to finish up, all the material that I use for all of my Facebook Lives, I take from FrenchNotes.ie, okay? Feel free to browse. There's a sample section where you can look around and, you know, download a few bits and pieces. Also, if you are on YouTube, we have a channel, French Notes French. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat. So feel free to follow us on our various social media, and if you enjoyed or got some benefit from this evening, will you please tag somebody, share it with somebody. Moi, ce que je vais faire, je vais vous remercier. Tomorrow night, I think it will be just solely something for leaving certs that I will be doing. I might do either a diary entry or an opinion piece or maybe a reading comp. I'm not quite sure yet, but whatever I do will be quite advanced French. Then on Wednesday, I do my Q&A session. So if you've any questions about the junior cycle or the leaving cert, you can start sending them to me now and I will deal with them on Wednesday. On Thursday, it's always Junior Jeudi, which means I do junior cert work on Thursdays only. It's only for junior cert, our junior cycle. And then on Friday, it's generally translation or something like that. Okay? So voilà, merci beaucoup de m'avoir écouté. Je vous souhaite tous bonne soirée. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to tell your friends. We are doing this Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. And we started on the 13th of March, and we will continue as long as Mr. Coronavirus continues to upset all of our lives. OK, merci et bonne soirée. Alors, qu'est-ce que je fais? Je fais ça et puis